Hi, this is Lavrenti and Elena with you, and today we're going to do a nail extension correction. First, I'll remove the old polish. By the way, you shouldn't do it like this, I just decided to try it again. I thought maybe it would be cool, since that's what they show on the internet, but the only cool thing is the chance to show how quickly and effectively the dust gets sucked into the extractor. But as for the removal itself, well, it's kind of like a test drive for the sub disc. Yes, it handled it, that's all cool, that's all great. I don't recommend removing it this way on clients. Instead, always brush off the dust with a brush like this after removal, as I'm showing you. This is the best life hack, and the extractor works perfectly. It sucked everything in and made it disappear. And if you were watching very closely, you probably noticed some familiar jars in the background, because today we're going to review Nano Professional. While I'm finishing up with the removal and getting a bit ahead of myself, I'll tell you what we're going to use today: upper forms. I'll show you how to fix a mistake if your upper form wasn't wide enough or if you chose the wrong curve. That's actually my case because these are the hands of my Liza. And honestly, we only managed to find the right curve for her form once, but since I have a whole bunch of them, I just forgot which ones they were. And since my office was moving, I just grabbed the most popular ones. I think these are the S forms. Well, I'll show you the package at the end. In the end, some places still didn't have enough. But I'll show you how you can build up with hard materials on upper forms and how to fix missing parallels, because let's be honest, it happens to everyone. It's happened to all of us, and it would be great if you could still fix it instead of having to redo the whole thing right away. I've already pushed back the cuticle here and worked with a safety bit. After the regular diamond bit with a blunt tip, I even used a sharp one with a yellow flame shape. I really love using this bit on myself and on Liza because the cuticle is so thin and, well, it's time to do the coating. I took an acid-free primer. Mine is from Nano Professional. It's, well, more or less a standard primer. It works like double-sided tape. And next, as a base coat, we're going to use a base called Build Cotton. Or Cotton, Katon. Anyway, correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Basically, this base is perfect both as a foundation and for working with short lengths. While the base was drying, of course, we started picking out colors. And here, as they say, is the highlight of our program. This is a collection of very lovely pastel shades. This collection actually includes a whole bunch of colors. We picked out some of them. They all have shimmer. Here's the one that Liza liked the most, of course, the greenish number 78, and right now I'm just marking it with a marker. I want to say that these bases, well, even though they're called bases and they look like bases and they work like bases, they're light, convenient, and simple. They have the properties, the qualities of gels. And that's really cool, that's great. There are more and more products like this on the market now. And Nano, I think, were probably one of the first to come up with the idea of putting a hard gel, a solid material, into a convenient, familiar little jar. Because I know that there are a lot of people who love brushes that are a little bit shorter, like the ones from Nano. They have them specifically in their hard bases. For those who prefer working with bottles like these. But it's okay if you don't like that, because Nano also has larger volumes. So, besides the 15 ml bottle, there are also bottles with increased capacity. The most popular shades come in these larger bottles. That would be a 30 ml jar, but today I'm showing the standard jars. Here I'm demonstrating how I apply the upper form, cure it, flash cure it, and pinch it. By the way, speaking of pinching, they pinch perfectly and don't lose their shape at all. It already looks beautiful, so you might think you could leave it like this. But these materials also have a really cool, I would say, side effect. It's how well they mix together. So right now I plan to show you how you can make a gradient even if you have no idea how to do it, like really even if you absolutely don't know how. First, we put it into the upper form, covering the free edge and, well, I'd say about 2/3 of the nail plate. We'll need to cure this a little with a lamp, and then, closer to the cuticle, I add another shade. You can use more contrasting or less contrasting combinations. That's not the point. The point is that they blend together very easily. Look, everything has faded out and we've got a nice transition. You can do it in a different proportion, with a different color scheme. Of course, it's a matter of taste, but my Liza has great taste. You can see that from her previous nails. By the way, here too, it was done on an upper form, and there were some textures like this, so the form already had a pattern on it. The forms, by the way, were from Shokme. Let me tell you right away, go to Valbrez, look for Shokme there, and you'll definitely find everything you need. And today we have regular classic standard forms and our strong gels. So I'm showing another option. This is where we have a combination of colors that, well, many would say don't really go together, like peach and green. Well, it's strange or not. But my Liza chooses exactly these colors. And the most important thing is that, of course, this was her birthday manicure. Her birthday is on August 25th. It has already passed. The manicure is perfectly fine, but I only just got around to editing, and she kept telling me, come on, let's do it already. The design I picked out, I really prepared for it. I was getting ready, like, let's do it. I said they definitely won't like it, but we're going to do it anyway. Honestly, I didn't like it either. Currently, everyone who says, Elena, you're great at podology but not manicure, is clapping and rubbing their hands. Today is going to be the perfect example when you can really write those not so nice comments, because I won't like what we've done. Up to this point, I like everything because, well, the gradients are beautiful. Honestly, I would probably just leave it like this. You don't even need any decorative top coat. Next, there will be a design on all the fingers. For now, let's just enjoy how cute these gels are. By the way, the side wall was missing. I just covered it up, added more to the upper form in the same color scheme. Now I'm applying it and the side wall will magically appear. The upper forms are XS. I said X at first, it's XS. Well, they fit me well, but on Liza it doesn't always work out like that. So I'll keep looking for her perfect medium curve. For those needing super flat forms, these are it. By the way, these are probably some of the most popular ones because they're super light and convenient to work with. But if the curve is chosen incorrectly, you'll get a result that isn't a disaster but still not ideal. And you just apply it like this and everything will be fine. A couple of strokes with the file. Of course, the mini drill bit. No video goes without it. Let me not leave a link to it this time. They only bring them in on Fridays and I think they sell out right away. Here I'm just trimming it after all of that. And that's about it. So she asked me for this. The reference was something like a swamp with some kind of fish. I don't even know how to comment on that. Anyway, I'm taking the polishes. I took a stained glass one from AM. And now I'm taking black and white, also from the brand Shock Me. It's a really budget-friendly brand. I don't want to dwell on it, but honestly the black and white are pretty good. The shapes were interesting too. Next, a couple of shades from Emin because we just couldn't decide what kind of fish should be there. And one more stained glass from AM. Well, that's it, now the chaos begins. Right now you could start writing, ugh, what kind of mess did you smear on your nails? And this is supposed to be some kind of swampy story where later a little fish will be swimming. I left you a reference here, so take a look. I don't know how to comment on this. I say, Liz, I'm Liza, this is turning out kind of weird. He says, no, I really like it. I want it to be exactly like this. So the task was to draw, crooked, messy, careless sketches and cover up all the beauty we had created before. Somewhere I think someone from Nano is probably crying right now because they see me covering up their beautiful shimmery shades. I don't even know what to call this, oh my god. For me it's just awful. But since I'm showing the everyday life of a nail artist, we don't always do what we want to do. Well, I mean awful, but also, right? Well, maybe it's not that awful, but write in the comments, maybe at least someone will like it. I really hope so. Because Liza really liked it, she was so happy, she was even clapping her hands. I told Liza not to tell anyone I made this, then posted it online myself. Of course, those are just silly jokes. But honestly, for me these are very messy drawings, but that's exactly what she wanted. Well, that's how it had to be done. Right now, just so you know, I'm drawing a fish that's swimming somewhere in that swamp. I did my best to repeat what our reference suggested to us, but honestly, I'm just speechless, guys. So that's the story. There's like some kind of flower here and there's a vine around it. Well, we came up with something ourselves. She says, let's add this here, let's add that there. So like some meaningless dots and so on. Well, that's probably what Korean nail art is like. There's nothing you can do about it. It exists in our world, and actually a lot of young people come to our salon with this kind of request. In particular, clients always send us reference photos of what they want to see on their nails, and that's what we end up with. Well, thank God, at least the top coat is fine here. This is quite a convenient top coat, but you know it will only look nice for a certain period of time. As long as it serves its function as a top coat, everything is fine here. I want to draw your attention to the long, flexible brush. It's very convenient and you can also use it to even things out. And here I have a different top coat. It's kind of strange. You might be wondering, why do you even need this? And I use this top coat to ruin another one. Well, more precisely, now I want to use this really thick one on top. It was already thick and it got even thicker. I don't throw it away because I need it for things like this. Applying a top coat to a nail in this way would be quite odd. But adding some volume on top is definitely possible, because in the reference Liza had some kind of voluminous elements. And even in 2 layers somewhere, basically, the design is duplicated in some places to apparently create some kind of depth effect in the design. I'll finish this up, but I don't even know what to call it. This could have been a cool review of Nanoprofessional, but Nanoprofessional. I hope you had enough time to see that these gels are comfortable to work with and they come in convenient packaging. And in general, for me, the Nano brand is, well, kind of one of the veterans in our market, I guess. As far as I can remember, Nano has always been on our market and probably always will be. And this brand has a very large audience and a lot of fans. You can write in the comments what you think about this brand, who has already worked with it and who has dreamed of trying it. And I'm not afraid to say that Nano is actually a brand that's very close to the premium segment. I mean, first of all, they have a certain price tag. Well, I wouldn't say it's exactly cheap, it's above average. But of course, that's due to the quality of the product and how convenient it is to use. And in general, help me out here and list the positive things about working with Nanoprofessional. So that's what we have here, what can I say? Oh, by the way, there's something else I wanted to show you. They put this thing in my package. It's called Spay Cocktail. It's a moisturizing gel with little beautiful blue beads floating in it. Liza and I probably stared at it for about 15 minutes. Basically, it's a special thing you can use to moisturize your skin without any oily shine. Basically, I was just obsessed. I really wanted to get at least one of those blue beads. In the end, I managed to pick one out. And it turns out when it gets on your skin, it just rubs in and disappears. But the idea is cool, the idea is great, it's such a mesmerizing thing. Oh, but the cocktail itself kind of works like a dry oil, but really without any oil at all. I would say it's like a mist, but in a gel form. For those clients who don't like any kind of oils at all, I think it would be perfect. Or just for at-home use, you can moisturize your hands at any convenient moment, and whatever fits in your bag, you can toss it in. Why not? Well, I really can't comment on this at all. These are the patterns we ended up with. You've seen the references. Do they look similar? Let me know, but please don't comment on things like her nails being crooked. Lizzie's fingers are the best fingers in the world because they create amazing colorful designs. That's just how they are. Fingers with their own quirks. It's never possible to make things perfectly even. I just can't help it. That's all I have.